Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be explaining and showing you Redstone Components. I have a little testing over here. So, basically, we're going to start off. I'll show you guys this later. It's a little more complicated, but it's not really used too much unless you're doing more complicated stuff. But this right here, redstone dust, it's like wire kind of, like it powers out, but it can only go to a 15 output, so up to 15. The comparator, it's used for detecting if there's items in like hoppers, droppers, dispensers. The redstone block, always powering something, like the redstone torch. The dropper, it drops things, but it won't place things. The observer, it detects block updates. So if I go like here, and then I go with a redstone dust right here, that and that, see? If you break it, place it, it detects that that the block goes away. Hoppers can transport items, put them in chests, take them out of chests, take them out of hoppers, and take them out of droppers and dispensers and put them in those two. The torch always being powered unless it gets powered upon. The button, it powers for a certain amount of time. The sticky piston, it can stick any block to it, so except for like tiny blocks like levers and stuff. Like for example, you put polished andesite, it sticks and stays to it. The dispenser, it will dispense things like TNT. It can bone meal things. It can make automatic bee farms, stuff like that. The piston, it can push, but it can't take back because it won't stick. See, like that. The daylight sensor right here, this can detect if it's daylight, it detects at a certain time, and if it's the night sensor, it will detect when it's nighttime. Okay, these are all types of pressure plates, so let's just grab a stack of redstone. So this one can detect mobs, and this one too, but they both detect items. So it depends on the certain amount of items there is, but it will increase the signal strength with more items on the pressure plate. This one does it better, but see? And then this one only detects players. This is the note block. It can be powered by redstone, and people make songs with this. It can be used many times. There's a lot of different notes you can place under it. Like, let's, for example, emerald block. You just place it right there and it sounds different. Okay, now we're gonna go into the components that I use mainly the most. This is an AND gate. So to power this signal, you need both sides to power it. So if one isn't powered, it won't power. Right? This is an OR gate. You can have one side powering and it will power it, or the other side powering, it will power it. Sorry, I messed up on that one. Put a repeater there. So that's an OR gate. This is an item clock, so you can put more items in and it will take a little while, and then for like an output signal, it will turn off and on once in a while. It depends how much items you put in. So we'll turn off like that. This is just an item clock. This is a comparator clock, so make sure this is on the negative setting, and when you power the block behind it, it will keep turning itself on and off, and it can create really fast signals, like really fast. Might take a little, you have to go out a little bit, but that will help you with like cool things. This is just a repeater clock. You can extend the time, make it smaller, but to start it, you go like this. You take that and you get a lever or redstone torch. I'll just do a redstone torch for demonstration. You place it and break it. And if that doesn't work, and if it's powered like this, just break it and place the redstone until you get it. There we go. This one's a pretty useful one. It's called a observer clock, and when you power the observers detecting each other, they will keep detecting each other on and off, and it will create an observer clock. And this right here is just the simple item sorter component. I'll teach you guys how to make that really quick. So basically, let's get some red terracotta and some, let's say, dirt. And we put those both in. And so then it should sort the two. And I'll show you when it's done. So it should be sorting. So the dirt's going in there, right? But then when it goes to the terracotta, it should go in this chest right down here. I'll teach you guys how to make it and how it works. Okay, it's sorting the red terracotta, and it's going down in there. So that's the item sorter circuit. This is a pulse extender, so you can add more comparators to have the pulse hold longer, but it holds the pulse for a certain amount of time. Okay, let's teach you guys how to make that item locking mechanism. So first of all, you're going to need like 6 blocks. Depends how much storage you want in it, but you're gonna also need about 3 hoppers for, let's just do a simple one. And so you go here. I like to start it on the hopper so then I know how it's gonna go out. So go up a little bit and then place a hopper facing into the concrete, and then this is where your chest will be, so let's grab a chest. And so then the chest will be, you can make it one chest or a double chest. So this is like, YouTubers make many of these right next to each other, so then it's like a giant item sorting system. But it will go like this. It will go 1 up there, and then you go 1, 2, 3 out, and then down, down, there. And then you put a redstone torch and a comparator. So then this is going to be the main hopper that does it all the sorting. So then you have 3 redstone there, and then a repeater. So, and then like, do not put anything in this hopper yet, but let's say you want to, so you want the first chest that sorts everything, like, let's say you want the chest like that you put everything in, and you have a big system, so it's like a huge system with all those items sorted in sections. So now let's say you wanted to sort like, let's do oak logs. So you grab about a stack. You need 41 exactly to get it working, but I'd grab a stack just in case, like you need help with anything, and it also makes it easier. And then you need 4 of an item that isn't really used, and it'd be better if you named it, but I'm not going to name it just for demonstration purposes. So the item that you want to sort has to go in this slot right here. Let it sort out, and put that there also, the 4 items that you don't need, and it should go to 41. If that doesn't work, then watch that again. And there you go, it sorts oak logs. And then, so if you want to test it, put 1 random block in here and then the oak logs. And so then the random block should be right there, and the oak log should be going in there. And that's about it with that over there. So let's move on to this pulse extender. I don't really know if you guys want to learn this, but this is like the most complicated thing. I still am learning how to use this. I know it, but also I don't like to know it. So this is the subtract mode, addition mode. And no, this is the subtract mode, and then this is the it's like the equal than or greater than mode. So basically, this signal that's going into the comparator has to be less than this signal or equal than. It's for it to power 15, or depending how many. If it's full power to 15 in there, then it will go to 15. If it's like 13, it will go to 13. But it has to be, the signal strength has to be equal or greater than on this one to get out. If it's on subtract mode, this will subtract its signal from this signal. So let's say this signal is greater than, it will just be like so this would be 15, 14, 13. So minus 13, so then there would be 2, 1, 2. And that's a 15 signal. That's basically all I know, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like the video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.